Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you like this watch, you can purchase it on our website, watchbox.com. Today, we're discussing what I can only describe as the OREO Omega. Two black cookies and white cream on the inside. This one's as sweet as candy, and I have to say it's a little bit of a different look. The strap and the clasp are factory, the case is factory. It's all Omega, but it's a combination you will never see. This is the first for me. The timepiece is wonderfully dramatic. It has incredible presence for something that's not made of solid gold. It's about as visible and exuberant as you can get, and the nice thing about that is that it has the visibility and the spirit and the charm without the pretense of a massive chunk of precious metal on your wrist. So let's talk about how it fits and how it feels. All in ceramic, white ceramic, including tack and dial. This is a very light watch on the wrist. It could be made of aluminum. That's what I would compare it to. It's lighter than titanium. The timepiece is 44.25 millimeters in diameter, not including crowns and pushers. You'll also note the watch is relatively thick, as all of the white side, gray side, and dark side of the Moon models are. A little bit of background. The dark side of the Moon debuted at Basel 2013. The gray side followed in 2014, and the Of the Moon family expanded dramatically in 15 with the arrival of a couple of standard models and this standout. So a bunch of dark sides and the white side. This is easily the quirkiest of the family. The strap wears easily because frankly it juts straight down and doesn't really extend the watch's lug-to-lug span of 49.6. So though it's a 44 plus, it's only 49.6 across the wrist, which means that even if you've got a wrist as small as 14 centimeters in circumference, you're going to find this one wears well. 16.3 millimeters thick. It's not the thickness that's going to get your cuff, it's the outward cantilever of that tachymeter bezel. That's what's going to cause a dress shirt to get hung up, but a jacket should be just fine, and I've seen these watches worn with jackets quite easily. About that strap, let's take a look at how it folds down around the wrist. Even though it does have a bit of a conforming profile, it does close the gap, it does touch the flank of the case, there is still the ability to move it down and around the tight curve of a smaller wrist. It doesn't flare like a bracelet would. It is very thickly bolstered, however. It has a lot of body. All textile on the top with folded edges and a monotone stitch. You can see it features a dramatic red contrast and grained calfskin on the bottom. A little bit more white side content. We do have a hybrid clasp, which is a combination of titanium, as you can see, with a ceramic upper body and ceramic trigger. So it's twin trigger release, so it's not friction fit, it's not single trigger, it's not clamshell, it is trigger release, and then there's a minderless system. So excess length tucks underneath the clasp body. It tucks underneath, and that's why there are no minder loops on the opposite side of the strap. It keeps the look of the watch clean. It also prevents excess length from flapping in the breeze. Now you will note, and we need to get close here and bring it into focus, that this one is a bit of a supernova. It's not gray, it's not off-white, it is bleached white. Let me see if I've got it in focus. It's a challenge because the watch is so light in my light box. Okay, the case design. Believe it or not, there is a differential finish here. You have a combination of the traditional satin finished flanks, which is a little bit like marble, and then you have the polished bevels of the case. So two things going on here. One, it's incredibly subtle. Two, I'm impressed that Omega has the industrial capability to finish a ceramic case the exact same way they would finish a steel Omega Moonwatch. Now, back to the watch face, which offers a little bit more contrast here. You can see that there are metallic deposits in the white ceramic tachymeter scale, and then there is a polished gloss white ceramic dial. So it is a white ceramic dial as well. All of the dial furniture, as well as hands, executed in white gold, the Of the Moon series being the flagship Speedmasters. They, like the Planet Ocean dive watches, the flagships of that range, feature the white gold. Here it's been black oxidized for greater contrast. And you can see all of the indices are applique. You have a mono counter with chronograph minutes and hours at 3 o'clock, and then you have constant sweep seconds at 9 o'clock. There is a date window at 6, and the caliber 9300 does feature the time zone function, so you have the ability to move the hour hand independent of all the other indications. The chronograph keeps running, the seconds keep streaming, the minute keeps advancing, but you can see how you can actually jump both directions across the international date line and drive the date in either direction. It's a useful feature for world travelers. Now you pull the crown out, you still get that hacking seconds or stop seconds function. It's a coaxial chronometer, which means all sorts of wonderful things. First, it's very precise. These coaxials are unerring, and I've timed both the 9300 chronograph variant and the Root 8500 caliber at fractions of a second per day, so they're as good as anything in the business, including experimental calibers like the Zenith Day-Fi Lab. You'll also note it's a no-nonsense movement. Anti-magnetic silicon hairspring, full balance bridge with a free-sprung index like Rolex, very shock resistant. You'll also note the chronograph system features a column wheel for function selection, so you get that crisp feel and sound that a cam system like the original Moonwatch does not give you. But you also get the vertical clutch. The vertical clutch enabling the seconds hand to start without stagger or jump every time. It also lets you keep the chronograph running. If you prefer conventional center seconds and you want to just leave the chronograph running so you can have seconds, minutes, and hours at center, you can do that with the vertical clutch. 54 joules, it's a chronometer, but it's also coaxial. So the chronometer adjusted in 5 positions means it's very accurate. The coaxial means it achieves that accuracy with an exotic alternative escapement. A stacked set of escape wheel surfaces with individual pallets on several levels. It was designed originally by the independent watchmaker and Englishman George Daniels, who taught Omega how to industrialize this system, and with the 9300s and 8500s, Omega really mastered the beast, tamed it, so to speak. It's very accurate. It offers long-term timing stability as well as reduced maintenance requirements over the long term. That's one of the reasons why Omega offers these with a 4-year warranty. Now there's more going on. Twin mainspring barrels in series. You can see them peeking out from underneath their barrel bridge. Those twin barrels endow the watch with a very even torque release for the entirety of its superb 60-hour power reserve. And that even torque release means the watch keeps good time when it's fully wound, it doesn't run fast, and it keeps good time when it's discharged. So it's almost empty, but it's still keeping good time because the torque from the twin barrels is very even. 60 hours, of course, far more than the automatic industry standard of 38 to 42. There's a lot going on inside this watch, all of it water resistant to 50 meters. A timepiece that's a little bit difficult to reason. It's an irrational choice. It's an emotional choice. It's the craziest of the Speedmasters, without a doubt, and it's the black sheep of the dark side of the moon family, if I can use that descriptor for a watch that is bone white. This bleached Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch in white ceramic, one of the most sensational combinations of strap and case you'll ever find, can be seen and purchased on the watch box. And I'm back with the Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch White Side of the Moon. This might be the most conventional view of this particular Omega watch. Nothing amiss in the dark. I have to say, by day, the watch looks like something David Bowie would have worn as Ziggy Stardust. And if that particular pop reference strikes a chord in you, this watch might do the same. See it and make it yours on the watch box.